This is my second one. I had a Hero 3, which I used on a drone.
Yeah.
This is my first thing. Actually, nice one.
Yeah, I had the 3 too, and then I bought the Hero Session 5.
Yeah.
And that was actually nice. It was much more convenient because it was just a little cube.
Yeah.
But the problem was, with time, the battery goes shit.
Oh yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I knew that when I bought it, and then a couple or 3 years later, after using it, it would barely stay on.
Yeah. That's the same issue I had with my 3.
Yeah, but at least the 3 you can buy a new battery.
Yeah.
And nowadays those batteries are cheap, so I'm always just recycling them. Alright. Let's get this party started.
Okay. Fuel selector valve flows, which you don't know yet. It's probably going to be the right tank. Electric equipment off. Avionics master off. Brakes tested and set. You set the correct one, right?
Alright. Just go over to the starting engine checklist.
Battery master on. Beacon on, which I believe it was already on last time. Yeah, on.
Yep.
Temperature 4 inch. Carb heat cold. Throttle. Electric fuel pump on, which is this one, right?
Yeah, but no need to.
Okay.
Go ahead and pump it 3 times. There you go. Now bring it out. There you go. Cool. That does it.
Prime as required earlier. So, clear prop! Magneto set them both.
Here's what you're going to do. You're gonna the other way.
Okay.
There you go. Change the boat. It takes just the right spot. No. So we go like back and forth until we find the right spot. There you go. Sweet. Put it on both. There you go.
Yep.
And left hand goes in the starter. Right hand goes in the throttle. As soon as it starts, you bring it back to 1,000 RPM. Alright, let's do it. Cool. Good job. Alright, check.
Check.
Loud and clear.
Peter 1 Road. November 7 Delta
Flaps up,
Echo,
make sure
frequency
lean for
change.
taxi.
Flaps are up.
Yep.
Sure is not lean for taxi.
How much out are we looking for?
Just about an inch.
Okay.
That's good.
Transponder to altitude.
November 30 Charlie,
Is-
runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Some ANIS we need to obtain, so...
You don't have it yet?
No, I do not.
Cool. Alright, then at 128.8. And switch it over. There it is.
Riverside Tower Information, Lima 2353 Zulu, wind 26010, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 24, dew point 11, altimeter 2984, ILS runway 9er approach in use, land and depart runway 27, advise on initial contact, you have Lima.
Lima.
Lima. Okay.
Riverside
write
Tower
that down anywhere?
Information, Lima
Should I write
2353
that down?
Zulu, wind
Yeah, usually you should have a little notepad with
visibility
you.
10,
But
sky
don't worry.
clear,
Okay.
temperature 24,
So did you say the altimeter though?
Yes, I did.
Altimeter 2984.
Cool.
ILS runway 9
And it's
approach
Lima, right?
use.
Yes.
Land and
You gonna
depart
forget
runway
it or no?
27.
No.
You got it?
Advise on
Alright.
initial
Go ahead
contact,
and
you
put,
have
switch it
Lima.
over to ground and put tower over there, 1210. They have Lima. Got the altimeter. Perfect. Alright, what are you gonna tell ground?
Riverside Ground, November 5850 Whiskey at the terminal. Request taxi runway 27
With what?
with information Lima.
There you go.
Okay. Riverside Ground, November 5850 Whiskey at the terminal. Request taxi to runway 27 with information Lima.
November 5850 Whiskey, Riverside Ground, runway 27, taxi Golf Alpha.
Golf Alpha 50 Whiskey.
And you always
50 Whiskey, read back to runway assignment.
Runway 27 via Golf Alpha 50 Whiskey.
never miss the runway.
Okay.
Otherwise they'll call you up.
So we're good to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it. Alright, clear on the right, clear on the left.
November 140 Charlie, Riverside Tower, straight out departure, runway 27, clear for takeoff. November 30 Charlie, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Alright, good job. Let's slow it down just slightly. There you go, that's better.
November 08 Charlie, frequency change approved. You could try approach on 125.5.
Alright, you can kill the power and then just coast it all the way down. And like usual, we're gonna get as close as we can to the grass on the right, and then wait until we get all the way down, then make that left turn. Alright, then try left turn. Woohoo! Alright, that's it. Cool. Alright, Captain, bring the checklist
November
out.
30 Charlie
That
approved.
before takeoff checklist.
Parking brake set. Cabin doors closed and latched.
There you go.
Flight controls free and correct.
All the way back. All the way to the right. Nope, no, don't let go yet. All the way back and all the way to the right. Cool. Now all the way forward. Did everything do what it's supposed to do?
Yep.
Cool. Alright.
Okay.
November
Elevator
30
trim set
Charlie,
for
frequency
takeoff.
change
So
approved.
that's
Right above neutral.
okay.
So spin it.
Hit
There
it.
you go. Cool, that's it.
Flight instruments set.
Instruments are only the 6-spec. Airspeed is 0, as it should be. Did you uncover the pitot tube? Cool.
It wasn't covered.
Is that aligned with the horizon?
Pretty much. Should I change it though?
It should move it a little bit up, because right now we're sitting a little bit nose up. Cool. Alright, did you say altimeter?
I did.
Is it turn corner level?
Yep.
Is the heading indicator matching the compass? It's not. So push it and twist it. Push it forward and then twist. It's like on the little one past the west. So a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah, because it's towards the 30, it's not towards the 2-4.
Oh, okay.
There you go, that's it. Cool.
The radios are set.
Switch over to tower. There you go.
Fuel selector to the...
Fullest tank, is that the fullest tank?
No.
So the right one's the fullest tank. A little bit more. There you go.
Mixture rich below 3,000.
Yep, a little bit more. That's it. Cool.
Primer in and locked.
Is it not moving? Cool, that's good.
Throttle to 18.
Yep.
Magnetos check.
No more than 125 drop. That's good. Back to both. Now let's check 2 clicks. There you go.
Tower, Peter 1, we're all down, move off.
That one's running a little rough.
Yeah.
Peter 1, roger, approved.
That should have helped it. We basically fouled the spark plug by running it too rich.
Okay.
Alright, let's try and clean it, bring it back to both. And the way to clean it, you basically just put it at 1,000. About there. And bring it out until you see a little increase in RPM. So that was too far, it died. Right about here. Cool. So it has just enough fuel to run at 1,000 RPM, okay?
Okay.
And here's what we're gonna do. Because the brakes are set, we're gonna push it forward to make it run higher, but it's not gonna be able to because it doesn't have fuel. That's gonna clean up and burn all the fuel that's left in there.
Okay.
See how it doesn't go? It dies. So we're gonna do that a couple times. Run it really lean. To burn all the excess fuel that's in there. Alright, that's it. We're gonna bring it back to 1,000. And that should have been it. Now if we add fuel and bring it back to 1,800. Try the right one now. Much better. It's still going a little bit, but it's gonna burn off.
Okay. Back to both.
But it's, yeah, back to both.
Big carb heat check.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good. Yep. Back in.
Engine instruments check.
Alright, oil pressure's good, fuel pressure's good, oil temperature's good. Cool.
Fuel pump on.
Wait until we get to the runway so we already followed the spark plugs.
Okay.
Don't want to do more.
Auto check complete. Throttle to 1,000.
All the way back, auto check. It doesn't die. Cool. Bring it back to 1,000. And we're gonna lean it so we don't kill it again. Just about there. Cool.
Okay. So exterior lighting is required, which we're good,
Yep.
right?
Yep, that's
Throttle friction lock adjust.
That's this guy.
Okay.
So if you turn to the left, it makes it loose. If you turn to the right, it makes it tight. So you can leave it wherever you like.
Okay. Transponder verify altitude mode.
Out.
Parking brake release.
And we're good to go.
Okay.
Alright, so here's the deal. Pull up to the whole chart bar, the yellow bar in there.
Okay.
And you hold chart of that yellow bar. And we call tower after we're there. It's really lean. There you go. Alright, give tower a call. Tell tower you're holding shut of 27, you like left crosswind departure.
Riverside Tower, November 5850 Whiskey, holding short runway 27, would you like a left crosswind departure?
November 5850 Whiskey, Riverside Tower, left crossing departure, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff, 50 Whiskey.
Cool, good job. And now turn the fuel pump on. Cool. Binos clear. Align yourself with the runway. And the toes in the bottom of the pedal. And full power. It's going to require a little bit of right rudder. Perfect. Good job. Alright, up and away. Alright, 1300, can make the left turn.
I'm assuming we're heading for Lake Matthews?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the performance maneuvers over there and then we bring it back.
Okay.
Riverside Tower, Cessna 5184 Juliet with Lima. We're about 5 miles out on the straight in, just coming off March.
Number 5184 Juliet, Riverside Tower, make straight in runway 27.
Straight in runway 27, 5184 Juliet.
November 50 Whiskey, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. He just talked to you.
Okay.
Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, 5 years whiskey.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright, is your trim working out pretty good?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Cessna 84 Juliet, wind 250 at 12, runway 27, clear to left.
Clear land 27, 84 Juliet.
Riverside Tower, 7561 Golf, over Lake Matthews, Lima, landing.
November 7561 Golf, Riverside Tower, enter left base, runway 27.
Alright, that guy
Left
looks
base,
like
7.
he's just coming back.
61 Golf.
Let's switch over to 123.5, that's Lake Matthews frequency. Cool. Alright, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna announce, hey, Lake Matthews traffic, 5850 Whiskey, approaching the lake at whatever altitude you're at.
Okay.
And tell them we're gonna climb to 4,500 on the west side of the lake.
Okay. Lake Matthews traffic, November 5850 Whiskey at 3,800 feet, climbing for 4,500 feet, approaching the lake from the north side, going to the west side of the lake.
Cool. Only thing you did wrong is that you're not at 3,800 feet.
I'm at 28.
There you go. That's always confusing.
Lake Matthew traffic is 1129 kilo over the lake at 3,000 feet and turning back to the
yes, it's
east
that guy
side
right there.
to
See him?
John Wayne Airport, 929 kilo.
Literally right next
Lake
to you.
Matthew.
No, right there.
Oh,
Heading straight into you. See him?
no, not yet.
You don't see him?
No.
Literally right there. The white guy flying. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Alright. We're good. Let's keep climbing. Alright, 3,400, almost 3,500. When we approach 4,500, what we're going to do is the pitch power trim. We're going to pitch to the horizon, power to about 22,
Okay.
and then trim to stay there. And here's the deal. We're going to do steep turns first. And the way it's going to work is, I'll demonstrate one to you, just so you can see what it looks like. And then we get to do one together, and then you do one on your own.
Okay.
And it's very straightforward. So here's the deal. On a steep turn, the main thing that's going to really matter to you is if your nose is staying on the horizon. So if you notice right now, your nose is above the horizon, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're climbing. That's good. If your nose is below the horizon, you're going to start descending. So to make your steep turn easier, you're going to keep the nose right on the horizon. You're going to do what we call slice the horizon. You're going to make sure your nose is on the horizon all around the turn. The
Okay.
steep turn is the whole 360 turn. Okay. There's two things that help you understand where you started. One is your heading. You could do it to a heading. Two, you could do it to a ground reference outside. So right here, you could probably do it looking at the peak right there, right?
Yeah.
Because you're basically facing the peak. So you could go in a whole 360 turn and stop again when you're facing the peak again. The thing for the standard for the private pilot steep turn is that you have to make a turn that's at least 45 degrees of bank.
Okay.
Okay. The first big one right here, that is 30 degrees of bank. Okay, you see it right there? You see
Yeah.
how your arrow points up?
Yeah.
So when this arrow is pointing towards that one, that's 30 degrees of bank. When your arrow is pointing towards the second one, that's 60 degrees of bank.
Okay.
So 45 is the halfway point between the two big ones. All right. So throughout the steep turn, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a peek inside, have a peek outside, have a peek inside, have a peek outside. Constantly scanning both. Okay. Outside to make sure your nose is on the horizon. Inside to make sure it's at least 45 degrees of bank.
You're
Okay.
heading on Central
Cool.
Link.
Now, while I'm doing the first one, I'm going to talk about the corrections. Okay, so we're approaching 45. Let's bring the nose down to the horizon and power to 22. Now bring the mixture back a little bit. Power to 22. And trim, just keep the nose on the horizon. Cool. Alright, my controls. Cool. Alright, let's see what a steep turn looks like first. And here's the deal. As I'm doing this baby turn back towards the lake, look, I'm constantly making sure my nose is right on the horizon. And if I don't let my nose drop, if I keep my nose on the horizon, look at that, my altitude should stay right at the 4,500. Because right now the nose is exactly on the horizon, all the way across. If I was to let go and be lazy, look at that, the nose dropped below the horizon, I start dropping immediately, right? So that's why nose always on the horizon. And I don't know if you noticed, when I brought it back up to the horizon after I showed you what happens if I drop it below the horizon, I actually made sure to bring a little bit of the bank out and then pull up, right? Cool. Because here's the deal. Sure, the steep turn can be challenging as it is, just because it's a whole 45 degrees of bank. But that's not quite what the FAA is trying to see from you on a steep turn. They don't want to see if you can do a 45-degree turn. They want to see if you can correct for something going wrong in that 45-degree turn. Let me just announce our position right quick.
Lake Matthews traffic 5850 Whiskey on the west side of the lake, between the lake and the highway, 4,500 steep turns, Lake Matthews.
So here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do. When you put it in a turn, and if you start dropping, which is usually what happens because students forget to slice the horizon, they forget to keep the nose on the horizon. If you start dropping, how would you bring it back up?
You would pitch for the horizon and put a little bit of power?
Sure, but here's the deal. You should have already kept the nose on the horizon. If you let the nose go and accidentally dropped, bringing the nose up to the horizon by pitching up is actually the wrong way to do it.
Okay.
And I'll show you why. But we did stalls on your Discovery flight, right?
Yeah, we did one.
Yeah, we did one. Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. Stalls, like normal stalls, like the one you saw happen, when you break the critical angle of attack, right? You learned that with Kings,
Yeah.
right? So you break the airflow over the wing. That's one way to cause a stall. But here's the thing. That way of causing a stall, all that's happening is the airflow is no longer there, so there's absolutely no upward force. There's no more lift being created. That's why you stalled.
Okay.
What if I still had the lift being created? And when you think about this, you should think about physics. So let's say your wing right now is generating 1.0 if you could rate the amount of lift that's generating. Let's say it's making 1.0 lift, right? So 1.0 force upward, right? So here's the thing. What if there was a downward force that at the same time that lift is being created, that downward force did 1.1 of force? All of a sudden, you're exceeding that upward force.
Yeah.
So where's the airplane going to go?
It's going to go down.
There you go. That's called G-force.
Okay.
The gravity force that brings us toward the Earth. Now, here's the thing. For the more bank we add into the airplane, automatically the more amount of G-force you're putting into the airplane. To the point where the FAA says that every 60-degree bank, which is the big one right there, every 60-degree bank turn automatically puts the airplane into 2 G. So it's twice the amount of weight for the airplane. Okay?
Okay.
So let me demonstrate you something. Here's the thing. If I bring the power back right now to make it easier on the airplane, I'm going to show you what's called a accelerated stall. So here's the thing. If I put it in a turn, and I yank it really hard, did you see that stall warning going off?
Yeah.
Did you see how little it took? Here's the thing, my wing was still generating lift. We never broke the critical angle of attack. What we did is that I applied it so much downward force that it exceeded the amount of lift, and therefore we triggered a stall. That is the whole reason why on the steep turn, you don't want to correct for dropping with pitching up. Because what could happen is that you very likely will get into an accelerated stall and install the airplane. Okay? And that wasn't even anywhere near a steep turn. I was at like 30-something degrees. I wasn't at 45.
Yeah.
So if it took it that little at 30, at 45 it only takes like a little of that and you stall, basically. Cool? So with that said, what happens is the wing generates lift to a 90-degree angle from the wing, right? So if the wing is like this, upward from this, up is where the lift is going. So every time I put it in a turn, you lose the vertical component lift. You have more horizontal, right?
Yeah.
So to make it climb again if you start dropping, all you do is bring the bank out. Make sure your lift goes up, you climb back up, and then you put the bank back in really quick. That way you correct the altitude for how much you dropped, and you're back into the turn. Okay, that's the proper way to do it. And you do the opposite if you're dropping, if you're climbing. So if instead, if I had too little bank and we're climbing, what do I do to make it go down?
You're going to add more bank.
Yep, there you go, make a steeper bank. So I lose the vertical component lift, and we start coming down. That's how you correct for altitude on a steep turn.
Okay.
Okay? So all you're doing is correcting this guy to go up and down. So let's give it a try. Let's make one steep turn. So I'm going to put the power at around 22. I think 22 is going to work. Let's see. Right about there. And first step is to make sure it's actually going straight. Because if I'm already messing up my trim, it's only going to make it harder. So right now, I just want to make sure the airplane's going straight. Right about there. That seems to go straight. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the throttle, and I'm going to hold the yoke. I'm going to put it into the 45-degree bank. Right about there. I'm going to add some power, and I'm going to look outside, keep an eye on the horizon. and I'm gonna look inside to make sure I'm at 45. I'm gonna check my altitude. I started at 47, right?
Yep.
I have to stay at 47 all the way around and at least 45 degrees of bank. Look at my nose. Still on the horizon. Still at 47. Still on the horizon. Still at 47. Still on the horizon. Still at 47. Still at 45 degree bank. Still on the horizon. Still at 47. And I started about that heading, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So still at 45. Still at 47. And nose is still on the horizon. Right about here, I'm gonna level off and go straight into the right turn because I started with the left one. 45 degrees of bank, nose on the horizon, 47, 45, nose on the horizon, 47, 45, nose on the horizon, 47, 45, all the way around the turn. And on the check ride, what you want to do is go right into the other turn, just like I did. Right after the first one, right into the other one. There is no break in between the two on the check ride. Nose on the horizon, 47, 45, and all the way around until I come back here. I'm going to anticipate the extra power I added by pushing forward a little bit on the yoke. Make sure the nose is on the horizon. I'll bring the power back. And that was a steep turn.
Okay.
Okay. I accidentally made it look easier. I should have messed up so I could show you how to correct for dropping or climbing. But you understood that first, right?
Yes.
You know, it's all by changing this and not the pitch. Cool? Alright, let's actually, let me turn this around real quick so we don't go into Marcher space. There we go, right about here. This is perfect. Alright, your controls.
Okay.
And let's do that. First, make sure the airplane is trimmed and going forward. You don't want it climbing or descending. You want it to be fairly tamed for you.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Alright, here's what you're gonna do. Just give it like a slight, make sure it doesn't move towards you. Add
Okay.
some power, add about like 100 RPM of power. Put it into the 45 degree bank. Start looking outside and nose on the horizon, nose on the horizon, horizon. You're dropping, horizon, horizon, up, 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 horizon. Put in the 45. See how your nose is dropping?
Yeah.
Look what happens to the altitude. Don't lose the horizon. Alright, back to the 45 degree bank.
My traffic is
There you go.
520 Sierra, we are south of the link and 3500, turning northbound, power off stop, like my traffic.
Alright, you're coming up to where you started. You started about here. Bring it back to level. Bring it back to level. And right into the other turn. Your nose on the horizon. Look outside. Slice the horizon. Awesome. Look inside at 46. That's good. Look outside. Slice the horizon. You're letting it drop. You're letting it drop. Don't drop. There you go. Look inside at 46. That's good, but you're not at 45 on the angle. There you go. That's 45. Look outside. Slice the horizon. Look back inside. 46. That's good. Almost at 45. There you go. Look outside. Right on the horizon. Beautiful. 46 and 45. Good job. Outside. Right on the horizon. Awesome. Dropping a little bit though. And 45 in there, good job. Outside, right on the horizon. And this is where you started, roll out. Expect to have to push forward a little bit to maintain the horizon. And bring the power back a little bit. How did that feel?
It was a little sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, first time.
Yeah.
It happens. So here's the deal. On the check ride, what the ACS, the Airman Certification Standards say, is that you cannot drop or climb more than 100 feet.
Okay.
So whatever altitude was that you picked, if it was 46, the closest you got was like pretty close to the 5. If you reach the 5 or the 7, you fail the check ride.
Okay.
Okay. We can make another one here.
Okay.
Let's try it. So pitch and trim to make sure it's going straight so you're not fighting it.
Okay.
Alright, put it in the 45. You're starting almost at 47. Nose on the horizon, add power. Add power. There you go. Nose, you're letting it drop already. That's why you're gonna lose a ton of altitude. You're letting it drop. Look at your nose, you're sweeping the ground. No, 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 no. Up, up, up. There you go. That's the horizon. There you go. It dropped, but you're 45. That's good. Keep it on the horizon. Let's try and maintain 46 all the way around. 45, that's good, but you're below the horizon again. There you go. You dropped, but that's kind of close to 45. You're coming up on your heading. There you go. Push forward and bring it all the way out into the other turn. All the way around. And there we go. 45, perfect. 46 and horizon. There you go, right on the horizon. 46, that's good. 45, beautiful. Right on the horizon. 46, 45, awesome. Still on the horizon. 46, 50. 45, that's good. Still on the horizon. Altitude looking good. 45. Looking good. Nose is still on the horizon. And altitude is okay. 45 is okay. Roll out because you reached your heading. And push forward and remove the power. So your right turn is better than the left one.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Could there be wind?
Let's make a U-turn back to the left.
Okay.
It's not wind.
Okay.
This is something that we have to learn as flying instructors, and it's good for you to be aware of. Here's the deal. Here's why that happens. When you're sitting on the left, because you're a brand new student, here's what your brain does to you. When you're sitting on the left, on a left turn, you're below the nose, right?
Yeah.
So you think the nose is actually high,
Okay.
right? And that's why you start dropping. Because you think the nose is high, and your level is actually nose down.
Okay.
Okay? Because you're actually below the nose. So that nose down makes the airplane go down. But on the opposite side, you see the nose being below the horizon because you're actually above it. And you keep it right on the spot all the way around. Okay? That's the whole reason why. So to counter that, let's see if we can do, try and make the nose be a little bit higher than what you think the horizon is.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll see if we can counter that. Make sure it's going level and trimmed out.
Okay.
Alright, is it good?
Yep.
Alright, 45 and add about 100 RPM of power. Alright, look at the nose already dropping. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, up more, more. More. That's it. Alright, that's it right there.
Okay.
It's still dropping, bring it a little bit up more. And slice the horizon. Awesome. Alright, looking good. Constantly picking outside, picking inside, picking outside. This is the heading you started, level off, and let's head into the other turn. Push forward and into the other turn. Keep the nose on the horizon. 45 only, not 60, not 60. There you go. There you go. This is nose on the horizon, that's beautiful. Looking good.
Steep turn. Lake traffic.
Lake Matthews traffic 5850 Whiskey Cherokee West at Shore, 4,500 steep turns, Lake Matthews.
Looking good. Alright, nose right on the horizon, and level off, and bring the power out. Alright. That was a pass, but barely.
Okay.
You saw how close you got to the 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had touched the 6, that would be a failure.
Okay.
But hey, It was like you dropped 90 feet instead of 100. That was a pass. It's the constant anticipating if your nose is going below or above. Okay? If you see the trend is already dropping below the horizon, then do something about it. Don't wait until it's dropping. Even if you're gonna bring the bank out. Bring the bank out, let it climb, and then put it right back in. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see, let me take the controls, my controls. Let me see if I can make a really messed up one. And I can show you how to constantly correct it. Hey, Lake Matthews traffic, 5850 Whiskey, center of the lake, steep turns 4,800 Lake Matthews. Let me see here. Alright, I'm gonna face this way. Then I'm gonna make sure it's trimmed. It's dropping a little bit. I'm gonna add some up trim. Right about there, hopefully. That's about it. Alright, and here comes the 45. Here comes the power. And 45. Here's the deal. I let it drop. It dropped right out, up, into the bank again.
Okay.
Okay? It's that quick. Okay? It's constantly having control. Let me drop it again. I dropped. I'm going to start descending like crazy. Start descending. I noticed it. Right out, up, back in again. The thing I cannot do is try and do this. See how that sets it off?
Yeah.
So it's out, up, back in again. And actually that set it off again. So make sure you don't pull up in a turn, but it's the very quick out, up, in again.
Okay.
Out, up, in again. Cool? Alright, let's give you one last try. Your controls.
Okay.
Add some power. And see, it's already dropping. It's already below the horizon. Out, up, in again. Now he dropped again. Out, up, in. And keep it there. Keep it there. More back pressure. More back pressure. There you go. There you go. Slicing the horizon. There you go. 47 steady. Love it. It dropped again. Out, up, in again. That little bit of nose down was already enough to get you below the 47. There you go. Awesome. Much, much better. Level off because that's the heading started. Let's go into the other one. 45 degrees. Awesome. Watch that horizon. Make sure the aircraft is slicing the horizon. Nice. Look at you. See how the nose is pointed a little bit towards the ground? Look at that. Out, up, in again. Awesome. Good job. It's dropping to the ground again. Look at that. There you go. And bring it out. That's where you started. Push it forward and take the power out. Nice. How did that feel?
Better.
Much more stable. The correction's there now.
Yeah.
You're actually doing what you're supposed to do. Good job. Awesome. Cool. Let's make you turn back towards the other side. That was awesome. Much more stable. Much better idea of what's going on.
Recommend traffic is now 520 Sierra. We are south of the lake at 3,500. Heading westbound, Campbell. Recommend traffic.
Is right there. That's him. Little white dot crossing the mountains over there.
Okay, yeah, I see him.
Lake Matthews traffic, 5850 Whiskey, center of the lake, 4,700. Steep turn, Lake Matthews. Alright, how does that feel?
A lot better than it was before.
Good job. Steep turn is 100% on a check ride. It's actually the very first maneuver on a check ride.
Okay.
Okay. As long as you do the take it out, up, back in, you're not gonna fail. If you try and raise the nose while you're in a turn without taking it out, you fail the check ride. Okay. And that's because you saw how easy it is to trigger this guy, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So out, up, and again. And if you start, I highly doubt you're gonna do that, but if you start climbing too much, then it just makes a steeper bank. But if you maintain 45, you shouldn't climb.
Okay.
Okay? And the little power trick helps you quite a bit. Cool. Alright. Do you remember the ABC of emergencies?
Altitude or
No,
airspeed?
airspeed.
Airspeed.
Best place to land, maybe?
Best place to land.
And what's the
Communication.
C4? Communicate?
Communicate.
There you go. Alright, let's see if you can do it, because we gotta get down below. Bring your power all the way out.
Okay.
And bring the carb heat out too. Cool. Make a left U-turn. And what's the best gliding speed for this airplane?
Just below the 80.
Sure. Is it 80 miles or 80 knots?
80 knots. You said
Okay,
it was
so
like
it's the
69
inside?
miles an hour, right?
Yep. So 69 is actually right on the 80 miles an hour.
Okay.
So, and you don't have to fight the control, just trim it so it stays there. Once you have your airspeed nailed, you gotta have a place to land, and there's an airplane off to the right. So, and they recommend your place to land to be behind you to the left.
Okay.
Lake Matthews traffic, 5850 Whiskey, center of the lake, 4,200 simulated engine now, look out below, Lake Matthews.
Now, we can land on roads in emergencies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can always land a road, even if it's not an emergency.
Really?
Just kidding.
Well, I know there is a place in Oregon that you can.
There's one actually in just northeast of here. It's called Amboy.
Okay.
You can land a Route 66.
Oh, yeah? So I'm going to aim for that road right there. You think the power lines will be an issue?
I think the power lines would be a very big issue.
Okay.
Considering how there's a beautiful flat spot right there on your left.
Yeah.
And now the field right there.
Okay.
That looks pretty nice. So how would you approach that field from here?
So I'm going to need to lose more altitude.
Okay.
I'm going to go straight out a couple more miles. Then I'll make a...
Could you make like a right 270 turn? And then come right in for the final?
Traffic,
yeah, I could.
west side of the lake.
Let's see if that works.
Okay.
Headed eastbound over the center of the lake. Lake Matthews.
You just learned on that steep turn that adding bank will make you lose altitude, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Just always maintain your best glide. See how you're dropping like a rock?
Yeah.
There you go. Alright, this looks like a nice final, Captain. There's your field. Could you use your flaps?
But if I wanted to, yeah.
Yeah,
I
alright,
put
deploy
it-
some flaps.
Okay. Well, not sure all.
Up to you. It's
Okay.
your emergency. What do you think you need?
I'll do 2 notches, but I feel a little too high.
Okay. What else could you do? Could you do one other 360 right turn?
I can do a left to a
Okay.
right, and then I'll come in kind of over the road.
Yeah, I would say go this way and then make a right U-turn. You'll be right on your spot. Alright, could you land if this was a real emergency?
Most likely.
Yes, very likely, yes. Alright, go ahead and point along that road that goes this way,
Okay.
and we're gonna learn the go around procedure. Here's what you do when you go around. Add the carb heat in. Go ahead and put full power.
Jump
Push the
flaps.
nose down, and not all at once, and that's the
Okay.
biggest deal about the full power. That's the biggest deal about let the nose come up. There you go. Not that much, a little bit less. Cool. Here's the thing. If you dropped all the flaps down at once, flaps actually create lift, right?
Yeah.
So if you retract them all at once, you lose all the lift, you go straight into the ground.
Okay.
So you never retract them all at once on a go around. Okay?
Okay.
Always 1 notch at a time, and then you retrim. Go ahead and take 1 notch out and retrim the airplane. Don't have to fight it so much. Cool. All right, now another notch. There you go. And then retrim. Perfect. Really good job. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Never ever retract all the flaps at once. So we refreshed our emergencies, and you just learned how to do a go around. Cool? Let's take it over to the airport. Go ahead and make a right U-turn back to the lake. And let's, what was the information at the airport? Was it Kilo?
It was Lima, but it might have changed.
Lima. Alright, let's check. 128.8.
ILS runway 9 approaching use. Land and depart runway 27. Advise on initial contact. You have Mike.
Mike, alright. Bring the power back a little bit.
Riverside Tower information, Mike
Stay at
0053 Zulu. Wind is 280 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature
Make a right turn. Stay over the lake.
2.11. Altimeter 29 or 84. ILS runway 9 approaching use. Land and depart runway 27. Advise on initial contact. You have Mike.
Alright, we have Mike.
Okay.
2984 still. Alright. So you're already on tower frequency. Go ahead and tell tower you're over the
Tower,
lake.
November 726
Inbound
Mike
for
Mike,
touch and goes
holding
with Mike.
27 at Charlie,
Okay.
requesting the Riverside 2 departure and ready for takeoff. 726 Mike Mike.
November 726 Mike Mike. Riverside Tower approved. Runway 27 clear for takeoff.
Runway 27, clear for takeoff. 726 Mike Mike.
Riverside Tower, November 5850 Whiskey over the lake with information. Mike, inbound for touch and goes.
November 5850 Whiskey Riverside Tower until left base runway 27.
Left base runway 27.
Left base, runway 27, 5850 Whiskey.
Alright. You see the big white warehouse out there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where we're heading. Let's go down to 2,500 so we don't go into the Charlie. So, Riverside's Delta airspace ends at 2,699.
Okay.
2,700 belongs to the Ontario Charlie. So every time we come back into the lake, we always make sure we're below 2,700.
Okay.
Usually 2,500 works just fine. And since you're gonna get to solo, remember there's only coming back into the airport. 2,500 out of here. And then your goal is basically to cross over the auto center, so cross over the white warehouse at 2,000.
Okay.
That way you have a nice 200 feet above view of everybody that's in the pattern. And once you're in the base, then you go down to 1,800. So what did you learn today?
We did turns, and we refreshed the ABCs.
Good thing refresh because you thought you was for altitude.
Yeah.
And you learn to never retract all the flaps at once on a go around.
Yes.
November 50 Whiskey runway 27 clear touch and go left close traffic.
Clear for touch and goes, November 5850 Whiskey.
Here.
50 Whiskey read back to runway assignment.
November 5850 Whiskey, clear for touch and goes, runway 27.
November 6 Mike Mike,
There you go.
frequency change approved.
Every
You can try
time they
approach
say
on
runway,
125.5.
you have to say the runway back.
Frequency change approved, auto approach, this is November 726 Mike Mike, thanks.
Otherwise, it could mean you're going for runway 9. That'd be a bad day.
Yeah.
November 44 Whiskey November Riverside ground to your destination. November 4 Whiskey November clear to the Centennial Denver Airport via the Riverside 2 departure. Paradise, then as filed. Climb maintain 4000. Expect flight level 410, 10 minutes after departure.
Wait,
Departure frequency
410?
125.5, squawk
Holy
7343.
Jet.
Is this a jet?
Must be a jet.
Wow. It's so weird because like I never heard to fly level on my
November
airport
4 Whiskey November read back correct. Are you ready to taxi? You need some time. Roger.
Expect flight level 410. Wow. Alright, Captain, we are already cleared for touch and go.
Okay. So power to 16.
Now that you have, we're already in the pattern, don't worry.
Okay.
Now that you have a much better handling of the airplane after those steep turns and the emergencies we practiced, let's see if we can handle coming into the airport.
Okay.
So, you're already descending though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, looks like that's the power required. But no, go ahead and bring the power to 16 and then pitch up to slow her down. Go ahead and slow down to about 80 miles an hour.
November,
Okay.
runway 27, taxi via Golf Alpha.
And first notch flaps?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you pick
Okay.
when to align yourself with the runway.
Going now.
Okay. And pitch for 80 miles an hour. Bring the power back. And trim for 80, just to stay there. There you go.
Really high.
Yeah, so kill the power. It's a Cherokee. There's no such a thing as really high on the Cherokee.
Okay. Second notch flaps.
Yep. Power more back. And actually kill the power.
That's it. Okay.
Yep. And don't worry.
Riverside Tower, Skyhawk 1.
If I drop the rock outside of the window, we'll make it to the ground before the rock does.
Landing plate Bob.
November 12239 Riverside Tower,
Alright, I said
transition
80,
clear, Riverside
not
altimeter
freaking
2984.
60. There you go.
2984, 239er.
Cool. Last notch of flaps, and put it straight into the 27. There you go. Alright, good job. Start leveling off, level off, and keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, up. There you go. Look at you. Alright. And power, and remember toes on the bottom, good job. And more right rudder, more right rudder, more right rudder, more right rudder, more right rudder. There we go. And a little bit more right rudder. There we go, alright. Woohoo! Now it's gonna get a little more challenging. Go ahead and pitch for 85 miles per hour.
Okay.
Cool. That's now the airspeed you're gonna have to do every time you climb out of the runway.
Okay.
Cool. Make sure you're still heading down the runway. Runway's to your right. So bring it to the right a little bit and 85 miles an hour. Wait until 1300, 85 miles an hour. Did you see how the stall warning went off?
Yeah.
Because you got below 85. Now push it forward a little bit. There you go. That'll be enough for 85. Alright, too much bank. Way too much bank. There you go. That's better. Alright, level off. Face towards the water tank on top of the hill. Keep the 85. Keep the 85 going. There we go. And then right about here, turn to the white warehouse. Way too much bank, way too much bank. What's up with all this bank? There you go. That's it. Alright, bring it out, face towards the white warehouse. And level off at 1800. So pitch to the horizon, power back. And trim, just stay here.
Tower, we take 44 with numbers ready to go.
We climbed too much, so bring the power back and
November
push down.
44 Whiskey November, Riverside Tower, hold short runway 27.
Joint 27, Whiskey November.
November 50 Whiskey, extend your downwind.
Extend that one.
Extend downwind 50 Whiskey.
Cool. They're just gonna keep it going in a straight line.
Okay. So since we're extending, we're not going to.
Do the steps exactly where
Okay.
they are now. We're still gonna do them just a little bit later.
Okay.
White warehouse is all the way over there. There we go. Alright, now don't let it drop below 18.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, base approved.
Base approved.
Base approved, 50 Whiskey. So, are we
So
going?
the steps are going to start on the base this time
Okay.
around. Too much bank. Alright, face north and now powered 16. First notch of flaps. And anticipate that turn.
Riverside
Yes,
Tower,
sir,
good
the turn.
afternoon.
There you go.
Avion 5390 Kilo, should be descending out of 4,000. 300, I'd like to get the overhead for 27.
Avion 5390 Whiskey, Riverside Tower, report a 2 mile initial and expect left brake.
I report a 2 mile
Overshot.
for 27 and
That's
November
fine, as long as you don't overbank,
5390
you're
Kilo.
fine.
Okay.
Give 4 Whiskey November, SoCal's not answering my call. Just continue holding short runway 27. I'll see if I could get a hold of them. I'm here in about 2
You're
minutes.
not clear yet.
Okay. Just to drop the
November
flaps.
239er, squawk
Hold up.
VFR frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR frequency change approved, 239er.
And 50 Whiskey is not clear for touch and go yet.
November 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear, touch and go. On the go, fly runway heading.
Clear for touch and go, runway 2750 Whiskey.
Alright. Looking good, Captain. Air stable. Much better job on the airspeed. Very good.
Peter 1, traffic just south of Flabob, inbound of Flabob's a Cessna, 1,500.
Do you feel like you're a little bit to the right of the runway?
Yeah.
Nice, really good job. Last notch of flaps. Bring it to the right, kill the power.
Avion 90
Point into
Kilo,
this to
brake at
7.
your discretion, left turns, runway 27, you're
job.
clear to land.
Kill the power.
I break our discretion, left
Good
turn,
job.
clear to land. We're going to
So
extend
the
the
more,
departure at
the closer you get to the ground, the
90
more
Roger,
pitch up
and
it
there's
requires.
a Cherokee
It
on the
doesn't just
runway
sit
that's
in the
gonna
same
be on the
position.
pattern. Just brake
You
your
should
shield
only
if
touch
you would.
down when the
Okay,
yoke
right
is all the way
next to
touching your belly.
Okay.
Peter 1, Roger.
So he said on takeoff flight runway heading, so we're just gonna keep going straight.
Okay. Until he approves us
Yeah.
for turn.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, left crossing approved.
50 Whiskey, left crossing.
White.
TBM 4 Whiskey November, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Level up at 1800 and a water tank.
Avion 90 Kilo, departing at TBN prior to your arrival, runway 27, you're clear to land.
Hey, we're clear to land, and we got the TBM in sight, 90 Kilo.
Alright, left turn to warehouse. Could you climb a little bit, Captain? Oh, it's the TBM, it's not a jet.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, fall in the Navy on half-mile final runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Follow the Navy.
Just having clear touch and go number 2.
50 Whiskey, cleared, touch and go, number 2, runway 27.
TBM 4 Whiskey November, contact Tokyo departure.
It's not a jet, it's a freaking TBM. That thing is fast. There's the airplane you're following.
Okay.
Ah, don't worry, it's too fast. Alright, bring the power 16. The first notch of flaps.
That's our Navy on 90 kilo. This is the Hawk circling about 1.4 here at the pass.
Oh, roger that.
Alright, let's start the left turn.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, use caution, there's been Hawk reported at 1,400, about that short final for 27.
Did you say lights up?
No, it's Hawk. He's
Oh.
orbiting at 1,400, about a short final for 27.
Oh, sorry, thank you. I'll keep an eye out.
Interesting. I see it.
Navy on 90 kilo, say your destination.
Down to Parafly hangars for 90 kilo.
Navy on 90 kilo, taxi Alpha
think it's huge.
Echo, monitor ground point 7.
Alpha Echo, monitor ground, thanks for the update.
You too.
That thing is gigantic. Alright, looking good and stable. Good job. Yep, you felt the need to remove power. That's very good. Alright, you made the runway, last notch of flaps. Let's start bringing the power back. You still have all white lights. No, you still have all white lights. Alright, use your paddles, align yourself with the runway, kill the power. Bring it in. Level her off. Nice, keep it up, keep it up. Touch your belly, touch your belly, touch your belly. There you go. Don't forget, it comes up.
Yeah.
More and more and more and more and more. So that time exactly when I said touch your belly to bring the yoke back,
Okay.
is where you got to start developing the sense of noticing when you see the ground coming up towards you. As soon as you see the ground coming up towards you, bring this back.
Okay.
Okay? But it has to be the same amount as the ground. If the ground is coming up really fast, this comes back towards you really fast. If the ground coming up really slow, this comes back really slow. Okay? Cool. And as soon as you're about to kill that power and come into the runway, use your paddles to align yourself. Align yourself with the runway so it don't land sideways.
Okay.
November 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
50 Whiskey, clear, touch and go, runway 27.
Good job. White warehouse. Really stable, really nice, love it. Look at you. Perfect picture out the window. Level her off. Keep the nose up, keep the nose up, keep the nose up. Nice, 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 nice. Up, 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 up. Nice! That was 100% you. I didn't touch anything.
I'd say that was my best one yet.
Nice. Good job. And don't forget your right rudder. Just stay on the center line. There you go.
Tower Peter 1, drive in 1,300 Mike P, or for 16, then I'll shoot to
Peter 1, Riverside Tower, proceed direct, number is 16, clear to land and an offset. The wind is Q6010.
Alright, go direct 16, then I'll
Oh. Remember, what happens if you abruptly change the pitch?
So,
Yep.
Going on up 56 Kilo Mike Riverside ground, runway 27, taxi Golf Alpha.
I love it. That was literally all you.
yeah.
6 Kilo Mike, I'll give you approach
There's no
frequency
way.
once you're airborne.
You're at 3 hours? No way.
A lot of sim time.
No way. You're literally flying just like a 10-hour sim. No freaking way.
Yeah. Well, I have about 100 sim landings.
Wow.
I have a full yoke and rudder pedals at home.
Nice.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
November 5850 Whiskey, cleared, runway 27 for touch and goes.
Remember your altitude. If you keep on doing this, I'm gonna get in trouble at work.
Why?
Well, I either have a lot of time to waste with you until you get to like 10 hours in there solo, or if I solo
Studio
you
1, roger.
lower than 10 hours, I don't know. I'm gonna be hearing shit from a lot of people. I mean, what can I do? You learned?
Yeah.
Don't get below 80. Don't get below 80. Don't get below 80. Remember to use your rudder. There you go. Level off. Hey, you ballooned a little bit, but up, 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 up. You did no up whatsoever. It just left it where it was.
Yeah. A little rough.
That student before you is at 6 hours.
Okay.
And there's no way I can't let go of the controls. I'm literally, my seat is back,
Yeah.
and I haven't touched anything. And you're at 3 hours. What the fuck?
November 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 27, November 5850 Whiskey.
Riverside Tower, Skywagon 156 Juliet Mike, ready 27 with a right crosswind departure.
November 56 November 156 Lima Riverside Tower, right crossing approved, runway 27, clear for
Altitude.
takeoff.
Yeah, I knew performance maneuvers will help you get a better handling of the airplane and feel
Yeah.
what it does. Watch your airspeed. Watch your airspeed.
Skywagon 6 Juliet Mike, are you going to go northbound?
We're going through the Cajon Pass, 6 Juliet Mike.
November 6 Juliet Mike, Roger, you could contact approach on 127.0 with your request. 270.
27-0, 6 Juliet Mike.
Alright, bring a little bit more to the left. A little bit more to the left. There we go. And use your pedal to align yourself. And use the little trick. Look at the 2.7.
Yeah.
Go straight into the 2.7. Now transition your eyes to the end of the runway. Lock your eyes at the end. Lock your eyes at the end. Nice. Up, 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 up. Yep, you did an up. That's why.
Okay.
It took too long to go.
Up. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more of a harder pull.
Not a harder pull. It's the same amount as the ground is coming up. The
Okay.
ground was
Okay.
already coming up, and you didn't do anything. So
Okay.
it was too late by the time you did it. So if the ground moves up, that same amount has to be this moving up too.
Okay. I mean, I get that we're trying to stall it, but it just feels not natural to want to stall it on the ground.
The way you're learning how to land the airplane is a safer way, and eventually you're going to develop a good enough skill to just keep it flying forward. Right now, basically, what you're performing is a short field landing.
Okay.
It basically makes you safe because one, you're a student pilot, you don't want to waste a runway behind you, right? And the worst, actually, the most dangerous things, the most dangerous thing related to landing for a student
Riverside Tower,
pilot
November 726, Mike, inbound from the east.
when you come in too fast,
Mike,
you
full
flow, run out of runway, and then
November
crash into the
726
fence.
Mike, Mike, Riverside Tower, make straight in, runway 27, runway 27, clear.
The way you're doing it, there's no way you're going to do that.
Make straight in, November
Right?
726, Mike.
I mean, you barely used a quarter of the runway.
Yeah.
So that's really, really safe. Now the thing is, actually, let's do one together so you see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And to see what a very, very normal landing looks like.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, extend your down when I'll call your base.
Extend downwind 50 Whiskey.
Looks like there's somebody else coming in that gotta come in front of us.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, base approved, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Base approved, cleared for flying, cleared for touch and goes, runway 2750 Whiskey.
Cool. We came out a little far, let's just wait until we're closer.
Okay. I see him.
Alright, Power 16, first notch of flaps. Alright, kill the power, second notch of flaps, and then slow down to 80 miles per hour.
Riverside Tower, Comanche 5784 Papa.
That way we give him plenty of time to do his thing.
Comanche 74 Papa, Riverside Tower.
84 Papa is 2,200 feet west-southwest of
Alright, you're to the right of the runway again, so let's try and go to left.
To San Bernardino.
Comanche 84 Papa, ident.
Alright, bring the power back in.
Local 84 Papa.
There we go.
Comanche 84 Papa,
still pitch
ident,
for
observe
80.
3 miles west of Riverside Airport, transition approved, Riverside altimeter 2984.
2984, thank you, 84 Papa.
6 Mike, taxi straight in, monitor ground.
Taxi straight in, monitor ground 726, Mike.
Alright, so now we're locking our eyes into the 2-7, right?
Yep.
Cool. So right into the 2-7, and then go ahead and kill the power. And then what we do is we transition the ice to the end, and we just keep her flying, keep her flying, keep her flying, keep her flying, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's a normal landing.
Okay.
Okay. You don't just push the nose into the ground. You keep it up, and she only touches down when she doesn't want to fly anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
She wants to.
Yep. Perfect. Awesome.
November 84 Papa, frequency change approved.
Alrighty, change of frequency, vehicle Papa, and great day.
You too. Cherokee 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear touch and go.
Here for touch and goes, runway 27, 50 Whiskey.
Make sure I don't drop prematurely. Alright. Looking good. Alright, Fennis clear. Awesome. Looking great. Wow.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay.
I can't believe you're at 3 hours in doing this. Okay. This is gonna be fun. We got another 6 hours to go.
So what can we do to waste time in those hours? Like, I know that we're not in the navigation part yet, but is it possible for us to go to a different airport or something?
Absolutely, we could.
Okay.
Next lesson, do you want to go to either Chino, San Bernardino, or Ontario? Pick one of the three.
I want to stay out of Ontario because they're a bit busier. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Okay.
But we could try Chino.
Okay. You'd be surprised, sometimes Chino is even busier than Ontario.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I actually
Like,
know...
out of the three, the most dead one is San Bernardino.
Oh yeah?
Ontario is like the half one. It's in between
Riverside
Chino
Tower,
and San
RV-819
Bernardino.
Golf Whiskey.
RV-819 Golf Whiskey.
Chino is like an intense flight training
Tower,
airport.
Oh, yeah?
Whiskey's coming
So it's
up
just
on
like
the
ours.
91-215, corrected, 91-15.
Do you know Cal Aero over there?
What?
Do you know Cal Aero?
RV 9
Yeah.
Golf Whiskey,
it
follow the
Cal Aero here?
91 to the Auto Center for a left base runway 27.
I'm not sure.
And then to go for
Chino, there's a big hangar
Huh.
that is owned by Cal Aero, and my dad knows the owner of it.
Interesting.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear, touch and go.
Clear for touch and goes, runway 27, 50 Whiskey.
Isn't Ontario Bravo airspace?
No, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay.
They love when you go there.
Yeah?
Yeah. They love when we do touch and goes there. Because they're bored. They
Are
only
they
have
really?
like, yeah, they only have like a few airline traffic. They don't have that much.
I thought they did a lot of cargo out of there.
Yeah, they do. But it's like once every like, I don't know, hour.
I thought they were a little more active than that.
No. No, they get bored really easily. But hey, you nailed your home airport, so
Yeah.
now you get to see some other stuff. Alright, finals clear.
RV 9 Golf Whiskey, wind 250 at 10, runway 27, clear to land.
And then go for clear to land 27.
Surprised how hazy out it is today.
Yeah, it's a smog. That's the part that sucks about living in California.
Yeah.
Right rudder. I forgot about plane up, and I forgot about the right rudder.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Don't correct to where the, see what you're trying to do right now? You're trying to correct where it's pointing with this. This doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. Now it's pointing towards where it should.
Yeah.
It's all your foot.
Cherokee 50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 2750 Whiskey.
RV9 Golf Whiskey, taxi via Alpha, Echo to the ramp, monitor ground point 7.
Maybe something about your flaps? There you go.
And Yankee 50 Whiskey, make this one to full stop.
50 Whiskey, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land 2750 Whiskey.
Alright, let's make this one to full stop.
Okay.
We're running out of time. Looking good. Nice. Nice! Good job! But hey, you let go of this. Did you see how hard the nose came down?
Yeah.
Don't let go of it.
Okay.
Actually, keep it up. Alright, good job. Let's see if we can make Foxtrot. We definitely made Echo, but we want to make Foxtrot.
Okay.
There we go.
November 50 Whiskey, taxi Alpha Golf to the ramp, monitor ground.
Alpha Golf to ramp.
Alpha Golf to ramp, 50 Whiskey.
I'm monitoring ground because we're listening to ground. It's 1217. And bring it just up here. And clean up the airplane. Cool. Flip it out. Let's go. Alpha Golf. Alright, our spot's still there. Is anybody here? No. Let me just put it on the spot. That way no one looks at it. Hold up. Ah, yes, way too close to the 172. Dang it. We'll just push it in. At least we don't have to push it back. Alright, securing airplane checklist. Where's the checklist?
Avionics off.